Wait a second, I think I just found proof that not only is Robert Downey Jr. going to be playing both Iron Man and Doctor Doom in the next two Avengers movies, but that Marvel has been planning on Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom since the beginning of the MCU. Let me explain. And let's start with the second point because I found multiple pieces of evidence today that yes, the plan has always at least loosely been for RDJ to play Doctor Doom in the MCU. And for this first piece of evidence, we got to go back to the release of Iron Man in 2008. And specifically, we got to go back to the Blu-ray release of the Iron Man movie because if you remember, I know nobody buys physical media anymore, but all these Blu-rays used to come with behind the scenes footage and different special features from people that worked on the film. And I found a very interesting one today on Twitter for this Iron Man movie. Now just watch this clip again. Remember, this is from 2008 and tell me this is not extremely interesting.
In terms of approaching Iron Man, it was always just making it believable to me. I mean, people talk about, that whole Doctor Doom story, the first Camelot thing. I had always argued that Doctor Doom should have been the Iron Man villain, not the Fantastic. I know he's belongs to the Fantastic Four, but if there ever was a character who was the antithesis of Tony Stark, it was Doctor Doom. They were the same guy on two sides of the coin. He was, both monarchs, both highly educated, both very sophisticated guys. Never were there two characters meant to fight each other in the history of comic books than Doctor Doom and Iron Man, And the fact that they maintained a mutual respect for each other, even though they hated what the other person stood for.
Okay, now did they really know back then that they were bringing back RDJ as Doctor Doom? Probably not, but I have more pieces of evidence later on in this video. And I also just think it's incredibly interesting. I mean, him literally comparing Doctor Doom and Iron Man and saying they're the same guy is just incredible to look back on now all these years later. Now, I know what you might immediately be thinking. Okay, maybe they have been loosely thinking this for a long time, but hey, we were going to get Avengers King Dynasty before they canceled it and turned it into Doomsday. We weren't even going to see Doctor Doom in the MCU yet, so how are they planning on Iron Man and Doom fighting? But I think the plan had always been for RDJ to come back as Doctor Doom in Avengers Secret Wars. We were just going to first see King Dynasty, and then maybe Doom would have killed King in Secret Wars. The two would have worked together, but Doom is the main villain of the Secret Wars comics anyways. This would have made the most sense, and you literally had the Russo brothers confirming that, hey, RDJ had been attached to this for a year before we agreed to sign on. Well, a year before the Russo brothers agreed to sign on, they still had plans for making Avengers King Dynasty. This was all the way in early 2023, and I know Jonathan Majors was going through his legal troubles and stuff. I think there's a real possibility Kevin Feige was talking to RDJ and it got him to sign on for Avengers Secret Wars, and then after all the stuff with Jonathan Majors kept escalating and they didn't know what was going to happen with his legal case, they decided, hey, let's just make RDJ's Doom the villain of two Avengers movies instead. They just had an easy out because they already had him agree to sign on. And it's kind of crazy hearing that special feature from the Iron Man Blu-ray in 2008 of them already kind of like debunking all the fans that were like, oh, what are they doing? Doctor Doom is a Fantastic Four villain. He should never be the Avengers villain. They were already kind of thinking of this along the way. You also have to remember that, hey, Robert Downey Jr. actually auditioned to play Doctor Doom back in the 2005 Fantastic Four movie before the MCU even existed. So he was already trying to become this character originally, and he just got passed up on just barely, and then obviously ended up as the role of Iron Man. Whether it was really planned all the way or not, this seems like perfect fate. But the real reason I'm confident we're going to be seeing RDJ as Iron Man and Doctor Doom, at least in Avengers Secret Wars, is that payday of $95 million. You got to follow the money. I know RDJ is a huge name, but I feel like you do not give one person this much money to play a villain that's mostly going to be in a mask, presumably. And I mean, every single holiday that passes, Valentine's Day, New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving, RDJ goes on Instagram and posts some artwork of Doctor Doom and Iron Man together. Now, just the other day, we got some crazy leaked images from Spider-Man Brand New Day showing us first looks at the villains in the movie and a fight scene. If you want to see all of that, click the video above my head right now, and thank you so much for watching.